very exciting fight. Of
Ooh,
course, Sebastian
man.
Fundora, always
You seen those
an exciting
pictures? You seen
fighter.
those pictures?
Which ones?
Brutal.
Of Lubin's face?
Brutal.
Yeah, man. Fundora kind of broke him down little by little. Fundora got
Yeah.
dropped, actually. He got dropped. Lubin was able to land a very good combination of series of punches. It wasn't just one punch. He landed a series of punches, hurt Fundora. But man, I like this kid. This dude is 6'7", 6'8". I don't know how he makes 154. You know, he looks solid, man. He looks solid, and I think he could be a problem for the guys at 154. He's there to get hit. He doesn't always use his range, but very exciting fighter, and very good win for him against Erickson Lubin.
Yeah, no, let me just say this real quick comment. Fundora is like first of all, did you see the Terrence Crawford tweet? He said that Fundora is like a cheat code because again he's so big, he's so skinny that he makes this weight. Yeah, let us know if you guys feel like he's a cheat code. But I thought that was hilarious. But no, Fundora he's a beast, man. He's a monster with that height, that reach, that strength advantage. He's like a skinny Goro from Mortal Kombat. Like that's how I see it. He's just like knocking these guys left and right. Like, I think Lubin fought a pretty good fight for what he has in his abilities and his size and stature. And he showed us that Fundora is there to get hurt. He's there to get tagged. Obviously, you're gonna take a bunch of leather to do that, but yeah, I think that's what makes Fundora very intriguing, very interesting. That guys, a bunch of those guys at 154 see their moments, their spaces, but there's gonna be a lot of leather coming back at you. And again, it's that height; those uppercuts are gonna hurt. Like you mentioned, he could box on the outside, but he wants to trade on the inside, which makes it very, very, very fan friendly. And he puts himself in a range to get hit. Because if he was fighting on the outside, man, nobody would touch him. He'd be like having you at the end of that jab, that stick. But yeah, very, very impressive fighter out of Coachella.
Yeah.
Cali guy. Man, can't wait to see him come back. That was a great fight.
Yeah, and Jacob says Fundora is a monster. It's got to be difficult finding sparring with his type of characteristics, with his characteristics. Yeah, and oh man, that uppercut that comes from 7 feet away, it's a thing of beauty. And he often knocks down his opponents with that punch because they simply don't see it and they don't expect it from a guy that tall to throw that type of punch. But yeah, I think a lot of exciting fights will be coming up for Fundora. This was his biggest test. He passed it. They ended up stopping the fight. I know Lubin wanted to continue, but his face was not looking good, man. We hope he's okay. His face was very swollen, bloodied, uh, and yeah, very good win for Sebastian Fundora.
Yeah, I was talking to Brandon, the Cannon Adams. He also campaigns at 154. He gave us his thoughts on the interview. I'm sure you'll have that up. But he told me that they believe that the corner either forgot the inswell or misplaced it or
Oh
something. That's
man,
why Lubin was very yeah. And I'm like, that's a rookie mistake, guy. Come on, like he was laughing because it's like, yeah, man, like that corner, that's one job, like and that's one of the reasons. Obviously, a lot of it had to do with Fundora just tagging him, with those gloves. But yeah, that yeah, he looked really messed up. Again, I was at the Ryan Garcia event, and obviously I was very engulfed in that event. But like after, that was one of the things that people were talking about. I wish I would have seen the picture before I interviewed him as a up and coming contender, very talented young man. But man, that 154-pound division is opening up. It's getting hot, man. It's obviously we had Tim Tszyu on Gache 2 weeks ago, and there's a lot of movement, man. I'm very excited for this division right now. I'm gonna ask you, Gio. Do you think Fundora is the monster at 154? Can he be the monster, or do you think he's too green still?
well, I think he's too green, but I think he can become a monster if he gets another like two, 3 victories like this one under his name. It's going to be very hard to beat this guy if he improves his defense. Those long arms, long reach. If he starts using that a little more, and if he can still make 54, I think that's always a tough opponent to beat. I mean, because there's no one out there like him. You know, I think the only guy who comes to mind for me maybe was Paul Williams. Um, but Paul Williams
That's
maybe
right.
a
Yeah.
little more power, volume punching. His style was damn near impossible for anyone who fought him. He was very tall, always for 160 or 154. He was always taller, towered over guys. Fundora
Hmm.
still a few inches taller than that. So um, that's probably the only guy I can compare him to. But Fundora, like Paul Williams, little vulnerable on defense. So it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting. I like Fundora. I think he needs to improve a little bit on defense, but I like him. I always root for him when he fights.